they understood that orders are only supposed to last for 15 days. So, so it may have been that when this was enacted into law, they thought, well, this is a pretty reasonable restriction. It's only going to be 15 days, or if it was authorized by the DC Council, maybe it could be 90 days. But the idea that you were going to have this rolling for 2+ years, I mean, it's just, unfathomable that you wouldn't be able to actually go ahead and challenge this. And, Eric, thank goodness, is actually able to challenge it, but how many businesses in DC are not able to do so today because they no longer exist?
Yeah, well, I wonder about 15 days. You're in the bar and restaurant business. 15 days of being shut down at the margin is going to destroy certain businesses, and then you make it 30 days, and then you make it 3 months. And I'm sure you guys don't know, but I would love to see the number of restaurants in DC that were destroyed by this stuff.
There are a lot of them, and a lot of
you have friends,
my
right?
friends,
Yeah.
my friends who are running restaurants who are out there. Restaurant business is a razor thin margins all the way across. People do it for love of being in the business, for love of what they do, for trying to create and build a warm and welcoming environment. Nobody should be surprised at the amount of restaurants that have been shut down in DC, and it is not. These are not people who are not working. They are going to work. They are working hard. They were given impossible conditions to try and make a restaurant work.
Yeah. I also have another theory that is perhaps not, I don't have data to back this up, but I'm certain that it's true, and it's anecdotally true, that you are a self-owned business. You and your brother own the big board. And it seems like a lot of those types of businesses, entrepreneurial businesses, small businesses, couldn't make it because they don't have any financing back end. But the big guys, the corporate owned chain businesses, they seem to have just, and sometimes they shut down, but they're just like, we're gonna retreat from this spot, and then we're gonna reopen somewhere else. And my favorite restaurants in New York City just did this. They just probably walked away from their lease, but they had the financing, and so now they're just going to open somewhere else.
And for a guy like myself, it's my life savings. This is how I opened up the big board, and I got money from my brothers, and they helped me get to the level that we needed. But I didn't get any rent abatement. My rent was still due. I still had employees that needed to be paid. In a restaurant, simple math, if you are not doing at least 10 times, or your revenue is not 10 times greater than what your rent is, you are not going to make it work.
Yeah.
DC had me in a situation where I was doing less than 5 times that for 15 months. I don't know. I have wonderful employees. I have wonderful customers who come in. I don't know how we made it. I do know that I went to work every day. So, showed up, and when it was day to work, and that's Monday through Sunday, 365 days in a row, I just went to work and kept on going because I love the big board, and I love what it is, and I love the people that work there. On a story that I maybe never told was I have a cook who I could only get him 8 hours a week at the beginning of this and he owed me some money because I loaned him some money. He had run into financial problems. And when he was working 8 hours a week for me, he was trying to pay me back money that he owed me. It was a $600 loan. And I was like, please, you don't have to pay me back right now. We'll get to the point where we can do that when I can get you working again. For all the people who are out there, the people who relate to me the best are the people who work in music, the people who work in theater. They come in and they understand what it was like to be told that you're not essential, what it was like to tell somebody that you just don't have work for them, what it was like to look at somebody over Christmas break and say, well, I'm sorry, the mayor said we can't be open, so you don't have a job this Christmas. Nobody wants to do that.